Hey foodies, how are you doing? It's your girl Jareen. We are doing a roast pork today. So I have my pork that was rinsed with a little vinegar and cool water, and then I pat dried it. So what we're going to do is season. Before I season it, I'm going to be putting some olive oil all over. So rub that in. You could use your clean hands if you want to. All right, so just rub that all over. And then what we're going to do is we are going to be adding some dry seasoning and some fresh green seasoning as well, because we want the pork to be really nice and flavorful. All right, so we are going to be adding the dry seasoning. It's a mixture of seasonings, guys. I just mixed everything together in a bowl, and then I'm going to put that on there. So you want to press it in, rub it in, give this pork the best massage ever. Okay, so rub all of that in. Whatever you do to this side, you're going to flip it over and do it all over the pork roast. So after we massage that in, we're going to go in with some fresh seasoning. So this is green seasoning. I will leave a link in the description with the ingredients. And there's some ginger and some herbs. This is just really good for adding that nice fresh flavor. You want to press it in, rub it in. And also it's going to give you that nice crusty finish on the outer part of the pork roast, kind of like when you get the jerk chicken and then inside is tender but you have that outside nice and caramelized and chewy. So that's what we're going to do. Rub all of that in and marinate this overnight or 24 hours if you can. We want everything to penetrate the pork. All right, so the next day we're going to make a little bit of a kind of like a little gravy. So we're gonna just saute some vegetables, add the usuals that we love to add to our yardie gravy. But I'm gonna be adding some other stuff like apple juice because apple juice and apples actually go well with pork. So we're gonna be adding those, and then this is gonna be used to baste the pork. So of course, this is totally optional. You could just get your favorite sauce from the fridge, or you could use my homemade barbecue sauce or your favorite barbecue sauce, and you could brush the pork with the sauce as it bakes. Okay, so I just made this so that I can baste the pork with it, but then I can have a little bit to have with the rice and peas that I'll be having with the pork. Of course, the Scotch bonnet is not for heat only, it's for flavor. So I'm leaving it whole instead of mincing it, right? So we'll allow it to simmer. I did add some fancy molasses. I just like this ingredient for, a little more color. So it's a matter of preference. If you're okay with the color of your sauce or your gravy, you don't need to add it, okay? And just allow this to simmer and thicken a bit and set it aside. Take the roast out of the fridge and let it sit for about 30 minutes. And then put it in the oven. Once it comes out of that oven, guys, we are going to baste it. All right, before we baste it, you might notice that the bottom of your tray or your baking dish is a little dried out, so you can add some water or some chicken broth if you have it, And then we are going to be, using our baster just to suck up that same juice out of the tray or the dish. And we're going to add that to the sauce that we had simmering on the stove just to get some of the flavor out of there, right? So just add it to the gravy that you had on the stove and stir things around, and then you're going to baste the pork. You could brush on the sauce or gravy, brush it on, or you could use your spoon, that's fine too. Or you could pour it on, or you could use the same baster. It doesn't matter, just get lots and lots of it on the pork. Reduce the temperature of the oven and put it back in that oven. You want to bake it until it has an internal temperature of about 185. But if you don't have a thermometer, just go by the 30 minutes per pound rule. All right? And you can keep basting it as it bakes, or you could just leave it. It's really up to you. And then we have our beautiful roast. All I did was just let it rest for about, 20 minutes, and then I sliced it up. And then you have your beautiful juicy pork, and then that nice crusting on the outside. It's kind of like, it reminds me of jerk pork. I love to have that nice caramelization going on. But that's it, guys. Really simple pork roast. Absolutely delicious. And this can serve a lot of people. Just slice it up and you're good to go. So thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys in my next video. You take care.